Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the House and also encourage them to keep being objective when we're deliberating on some of these matters. Honorable Bright Ramirama, the Minister for Agriculture as of now, Right Honorable Speaker, I want this House, before even you debate the report for coffee, interest yourself in the Auditor General's report on agriculture for the financial 22-23. Right Honorable Speaker, good enough I came with it. Right Honorable Speaker, we had, no please, this is my time. We had a scenario where, Right Honorable Speaker, we had...
Honorable members, I have said, let's be calm.
Right Honorable Speaker, I would expect my sizement, Honorable Ogwang, to respect the fellow member. Yes, because in any case they will tell you to stand up. No, that's it.
But
Madam Speaker, now that Madam Speaker,
You can't sit. No,
honorable members,
you are short.
honorable members, can I have order? Namuga is right. That's a size mate.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for protecting, and we must appreciate nature. Right Honorable Speaker, we are looking at two things objectively. For me, I'm looking at the performance of an entity as of now that intends to take over responsibility of an authority. Right Honorable Speaker, all of you colleagues remember the issue of the foot and mouth disease. This is the same ministry that failed to manage that disaster when it happened. They were given money, failed to procure the vaccines, and we had over a million dose vaccines that expired within the stores. They expired. Yes. Two, they bought goats in the same report. You bought goats and all of them died. Yes, we bought.
Thank you. Evans.
Have any moral authority to take over UCDA because you can't manage it.
Evans, Kanyike.
Please. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, UCDA is there to promote and to oversee.
Clarification, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, the members of Parliament are discussing a merger. This is not a merger. What the Honorable Mapendus is talking about, it is none of what we are discussing. This is not a merger. Let the minister explain so that people understand.
But
there is no merger
you are
here.
the same people who don't want the minister to stand.
No, but they are talking about a merger.
Honorable Minister, just a minute. Honorable Minister, I want you to tell us about the rationalization, accreditation, about the capacity of Minister of Agriculture, the dissolution, the merger, and the mainstreaming.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
And then are we abolishing, dissolving, or not?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues. I would request that we listen to each other so that we take informed decisions. First of all, I want to make an observation. The observation I want to make is that the committee ignored the submission of government and the intentions and the benefits of rationalization and adopted the report of dissenting views of the staff who are going to be rationalized. Two, I want to make a clarification that we don't intend to abolish the functions of UCDA. We are actually maintaining the functions of UCDA, but in a streamlined manner in a department like we have done for any other agency. We are also, government also, the intentions.
You made your submission. Sit.
You see, this is the problem. We don't intend to lay off core subject matter specialists, those who are competent, that are doing regulatory roles of UCDA as mandated by government. We are only shading off duplicated staff like procurement. We are taking off the board. And it is the view of government that this money should be saved and put into service delivery of the citizens. Right Honorable Speaker.
Let him finish, then you will ask for
people
clarification.
raise the issue
Let him finish.
of accreditation. Government has designated authority to UCDA to represent us wherever they have been representing us. The same government is going to designate the department to represent us. We don't want to adulterate the functions of UCDA and the laws. The same department will implement these laws. Now, people who have fears that the absence of UCDA will undermine coffee production, you must be mindful of our history that when we had the coffee boom during Amin's time, UCDA was not there. Let's listen.
Members, let's listen.
Now,
Members, let's listen.
the affairs of members about people who are going to lose jobs.
Honorable Nashua, Indiwalana.
Nobody.
Are you looking after chaos by standing?
Nobody.
When somebody speaking?
No employee of UCDA whose competence is required in regulation is going to be laid off. The truth of the matter is that the agencies are associated with fat salaries. Well,
Honorable members,
why don't you allow me to
you
finish, Honorable Seungu? Let me finish.
let him finish, then
Now,
you will raise.
They are own contracts. These contracts are not going to be terminated. But when the contracts end, they will be subjected to the structure of public services, which was approved by this parliament of the scientists. So, the issue of accreditation. UCDA is not accredited to any international organization, and anybody who wants to say should come and meet that organization. You must also recall that when UCDA took a decision to withdraw from ICO without the consultation of government and parliament, you are blaming them here. Therefore, the same government is saying we want to streamline the operations of government, like we have done with other regulatory bodies of government like DDA. UCDA follow suit. Now, one minority report member mentioned something, and I'm very surprised that you did not pick it. internationally, if we have to trade, we have to make sure that our, especially foodstuffs and whatever we do, conform to national standards. The government is in the process of creating a food and agriculture authority. First, listen.
Honorable members.
Please listen. Which order?
Honorable members,
First
respect
listen
what
and
the
then
minister.
which order?
Listen to the minister.
Now, currently, these products are being regulated by National Drug Authority. Government, in its wisdom, has realized that we have to separate these from medical inputs. But listen, we want to operate efficiently.
Honorable members, minister, honorable minister, just
So,
wait. Honorable
one of the
minister.
minority
Honorable
members
minister, just
said
wait.
that this-
Just a minute, honorable minister. Honorable members. Honorable members. Listen, let's have an art of listening to each other. Let's listen to the minister. If he's lying, take notes and say the minister lied in this and this. You first listen to him, and that will form your debate. Honorable Minister.
Now, this body will take on the regulatory functions of all foodstuffs, including cocoa, including tea. Now, those who are pushing for the authority, shall we have the authority for cassava, authority for banana, authority for beans, authority for maize? Madam Speaker, let's be sober. Let's be sober.
Honorable
Honourable
members,
Speaker.
sit.
Right, Honorable Speaker, one member, and
Thank you so
yesterday,
much, Right Honourable Speaker.
the leader of opposition and the other members, the transition of 3 years.
Thank
Right,
you so much,
Honourable
Right Honourable
Speaker. Because
Switch on.
of the heat that has been associated with the UCDA rationalization, government in its wisdom has given 3 years for a transition. Right, Honourable Speaker, this will give time for people to understand that the same government that has promoted coffee, the same government that has created the Coffee Development Authority, is the same government that wants to empower farmers to earn more. Yes. Right, Honourable Speaker, somebody mentioned that when it is not broken,
Flavia will give you. You see.
when it is not broken, why do you fix it? Right now, we are looking at efficiency in our production services. When people are talking of energy saving equipment, when people are transforming automobiles into electricity, you cannot say I maintain a diesel engine because it is working. It is spending much money. This is the spirit of government. Right, Honourable Speaker. Right, Honourable Speaker.
Order.
The authorized agency,
Can I have order?
the authorized agency now we are talking about, it derives the same authority from the government. And I want to say Right Honorable Speaker,
Hajat, I'm going to give you to
that
debate.
Minister of
I'm going
Agriculture
to give you to debate.
is not in intensive care unit. If it was in intensive care unit, it will not produce children.
As an
Right Honorable
answer,
Speaker,
as an answer, I will send you
I
out.
request members to
I will send
understand
you
the
out.
spirit of rationalization. There is no contaminated agenda. Just listen. We have made a submission to this House, and the spirit of government is to operate efficiently and deliver services to the best of its capacity.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. You have
Honorable
given
Joan.
me. Thank you.
Honorable.
Right Honorable Speaker, the role of UCDA is to promote and oversee coffee. For 30 years, UCDA has done this excellently, but in very selected regions of this nation. The people in the northern part of Uganda, especially in West Nile, have just woken up to coffee excuse me, Madam Speaker, can I have my privilege as a member of Parliament? Madam Speaker.
Honorable members. Honorable members.
Madam Speaker, through the PDM, government has outlined the 7 enterprises that are lucrative, and coffee is at the top of those enterprises. But for 30 years, what has UCDA done in West Nile and Northern Uganda? Number 1. Number 2, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg for my privilege as a member of Parliament to speak. I beg for my privilege as a member of Parliament to speak in this House.
Honorable members, can you kindly keep quiet?
Right Honorable Speaker, when Ministry of Agriculture...
Just a minute, just a minute. Honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, I want you to listen. Can you listen? Honorable members, if you don't keep quiet, I will not give anybody to speak. Honorable members, I appreciate what you're going through. I know it is time for campaign.
Yes. This is our livelihood. What about us?
I know people. Now I am going to get people who are clear-headed. Dr. Baiga. Dr. Baiga, Hajat, Honorable Lubega. Dr. Baiga.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Baiga.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Can you people listen? Dr.
Right Honorable
Baiga.
Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm asking for the attention. Let me speak.
Doctor, you speak.
Under these circumstances, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg your
You
indulgence
speak.
to take control of your house.
Alan, 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 why are you standing? Alan. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, then.
Okay, I'm sorry. Dr. Baiga.
No, please, we are not mad people here.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yes, Doctor.
Honourable members,
Madam
We
Speaker,
we
I was
have heard-
telling you why I was standing up.
I have
I'm
already,
very clear-headed. I'm not a mad person. So to say that you are choosing only a clear-headed
Dr. Baiga.
Right Honourable Speaker, I thank you. I listened
Honorable
very
members, listen
attentively.
to Dr. Baiga.
I listened very attentively to Honourable Bright Rwamirama, and I felt he was misleading this House. The law is clear, in black and white. It is seeking to abolish, to dissolve UCDA. You may talk about the functions. You may talk about the functions being mainstreamed. But these functions are carried with them by UCDA. And UCDA, as an entity, is an accredited entity with 23 years of experience, gathered technical expertise, and you have not guided this House
Honorable
that Uganda
members,
is going
the
to
front.
lose that accreditation. And it takes a long time to get it. As the office bearer, you should have guided this House that once this accreditation is lost, Right Honourable Speaker, it is going to take us very long time, and we shall have lost the market. And once we lose the market, the livelihood of our people is affected, and very negatively. He's not telling us that.
Honorable,
And I can see-
Honorable, we are talking about accreditation. That should be answered. And then the functional mainstreaming. Yes.
Accreditation takes long time, and he knows it. It takes 5 years to 10 years. But once our competitors realize that we have abolished the agency that was taking over this role, they will rejoice, because they will definitely take over the markets. And how are you going to be happy when the rest of the people are crying? I can
okay.
see fellow
Honorable
members of
Lumo.
parliament being
Honorable-
organized to more.
Honorable Aisha, Honorable Lumo.
Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Right
Right
Honourable
Honourable Speaker.
I
On
am Aisha, not you.
Privilege. On my right of privilege.
Just a minute. Jane, just hold on. Aisha.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, before I got the gist of my submission, allow me respond to two issues. Number one, it
Honorable
is...
members, listen to Aisha.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I wish to respond to issues before I got the gist of my submission. Number one, it is not the fault of UCDA that Northern Region has not been major growing coffee. You should know, it was the government program to zone Uganda, allocating different products for different regions. and Uganda government allocated northern region for cotton. Therefore, it was not UCDA, and we must not blame UCDA for that. Number two, Right Honorable Speaker, I have had people saying government established UCDA, and therefore government should have the privilege of taking UCDA. Madam Speaker, let me mention this.
Clarification, Madam Speaker.
Can you be patient? Could you have a pen and paper and write?
Clarification.
Honorable Minister,
Would
you
you,
will clarify.
would you have
You will clarify.
a pen and paper and write? I want to inform First Honorable Bright Ramirama that I was an NRM cadre that explained these policies on radio, therefore I know them very well. What you did, I was explaining. And you designated products for particular regions. If the minister had desired that UCDA extends coffee, UCDA should have done as such. It was the minister that desired that North should not grow coffee. At the time when you didn't that coffee goes across, they have started extending coffee all over. Having said that, no, Honorable Speaker, I was interrupted. I was saying that it is not the privilege of government executive to take away everything they establish as they desire. When you create entities, they are not for you. They are for the nationals. If the people have said, yes, you created it and we want it, it's not upon you to take it the way you desire because we now want it. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, I ably listened to the chairperson of the committee yesterday, answering all the defects in the law. The defects in the law were saying that some entities were wasteful. Some entities were destroying the harmony. And the question was, some entities were being deprecative. Her answers were all in negative. She asked, is UCDA being deprecative? She said no. Is UCDA destroying the harmony? She said no. Is UCDA being wasteful? She said no. She credited UCDA for being very good. And finally, and that's when I wondered what happened to the well-able chairperson, what happened to her. I knew and forgave her. She feared the iron arm of the powers that are in this country. And we are here as parliament to speak, to conclude the way she desired. She made the right submission, but feared to make the right conclusion. The right conclusion is to say that UCDA must stay. It performed excellently. It is not wasteful. It is not duplicative. It must stay for the good of the people. I submit, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Evans Lutamaguzi Mukatuliki.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker.
Members, let's speak faster. So many people want to speak.
Yes. Right Honorable Speaker, according to the three reports which were read yesterday here from the chairperson of the committee and the two minority reports, they stipulate it very clearly that UCDA should not go to the Ministry of Agriculture. I listened very clearly. I know Honorable Linda is my good friend. Let me hope that you were not intimidated. Let me hope that you were not intimidated, because the way you presented the report, it was a good report. But the way you concluded, it looked like...
You make your submission.
Right Honorable Speaker, according to the reports which were presented here yesterday, it clearly stipulates that UCDA should not go to the ministry.
Thank you. Lutamaguzi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, when you had just become a Speaker of this august House, you say to the public that this is a people-centered parliament.
Don't put me into
I withdraw, Right Honorable
your
Speaker.
submission.
Don't
put
withdraw,
me.
Right Honorable Speaker.
No. Go straight to the bill,
yes,
the coffee.
Right. Right Honorable Speaker, being a coffee farmer, the people of Nakaseka I represent in this August House are saying no to rationalization. In the following, in the history we have ever had coffee marketing board. It went. We had the cooperatives. They went. There is no way you can cut a hand that feeds you, honorable ministers here. The economy you are talking about today is boosted by UCDA. One of the sectors that boosts this economy is UCDA. Unless there are pressures behind. I had the report which was read by the chair. It was very clear apart from the conclusion. So therefore, being a member of parliament, Right Honorable Speaker, a coffee farmer, and a defender of people down there in the villages of Nakaseka and across the country, including you, the Speaker, because in the beginning you told us you are also a coffee farmer. We are saying no to rationalization. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Alan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity.
Seungu first, then Alan. Seungu first, then Alan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, one of the most bright people in the army during that time is Honorable Bright Ramirama here. And if he takes history of Masaka, when they captured Masaka, one of the resources they used to win the war was coffee. You took coffee, signatures made by General Eli Tumwine, the late, may so rest in peace, and that's how, and Leyland vehicles. That was coffee marketing board. Later on, you killed the coffee after taking government. And the people have fought their battle using UCDA to come back. Bugolob is nowhere. All the cooperatives are nowhere. People have started growing their coffee, and UCDA has given them support. Why do you fear people becoming rich? Why? Why do you fear people having money? Statistics in our constituencies show that because of coffee and UCDA giving them seedlings, people have got money. They are paying fees for their children. They are taking them to St. Mary's College. They are even paying money in government USE schools where you are not giving enough funds. But here you are trying to bring a penalty by meandering back to the system. Kindly, Honorable Bright Rambirama, go to Isinjiro, where you come from. You know that bananas being grown there. Were they there at that time? What have you done to the horticulture? Obote, the person left coffee marketing board, lint marketing board, and produce for all other agricultural products.
Right Honorable Speaker, I come from Kasambia, and they grow coffee. I want to make some clarification. Honorable Seungu and all the other colleagues that mentioned that UCDA gives coffee seedlings. UCDA has never given any coffee seedling in my constituency. It is Operation Wealth Creation that has been giving city coffee seedlings in the constituencies, not UCDA. Second, Right Honorable Speaker, the information I want to give you. Yes, the information I want to give you.
Yes, you give the information. Give the information.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. UCDA that these people are talking about has never even sent any staff in my constituency to know how many coffee farmers that are in my constituency. If your mother ministry says you, therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, the information I wanted to give him and the clarification is that UCDA has never given any coffee seedling to my people, not even to any person here. They can even confess.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Speaker. You see, Madam Speaker, there are members, sometimes we give time to talk. And wasting time with Honorable Kabana is really a wastage of time. Because if you are a member of parliament, and you are not aware of what you are doing.
Tell us what you're saying.
Madam Speaker, I have to care because he was giving him information.
You
And
continue.
He needs more time to be educated about constituents and UCDA. But however, continue with your spirit as you are taking it to yourself. The boomerang will be on you. The boomerang is on you. But UCDA has been giving us seedings from Ngabirano. Ngabirano, they now the one who took over, they have been doing that role. Even quality assurance alone. When you talk about Kasambia that does not have quality assurance about
Thank you.
whom
Thank
are you
you.
presenting in this house?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity. Madam.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I have heard from the Minister, Honourable Bright Ramilama. But I'm wondering, Honourable Minister, why you people preach patriotism, yet you are not patriotic. You pretend like serving good food, yet you know very well that you have poison in that food. You know the curse you are creating for your family. You know what coffee means to most of our families. Yes. Why are you serving one person instead of the whole country? Yes. You mean you don't know? You mean you don't know what you are doing? We know that you are serving poison, pretending that you are giving us good food. I strongly deviate from what you are trying to bring to this house. I beg to submit.
Madam Speaker, I bring you greetings from
The islands.
Yes, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in May 2023, I'll be brief, the President commissioned 52 billion shillings. President Museveni, Honorable Katumba, you remember, in Kalangala. And it was for oil palm growing in Kalangala. Madam Speaker, ever since then, Ministry of Agriculture has never, in Chamuswa, has never even organized a single meeting with the farmers, even with the 52 billion shillings. The questions my farmers in Kalangala who are in coffee growing have with the capacity and competence of Ministry of Agriculture, okay, the capacity of the Ministry of Agriculture to handle coffee that was growing on by its own are many. Madam Speaker, my farmers suggested that I bring you their opinion that coffee should be left the way it has been managed.
But you bring it to the house, not to me, Anita Mon.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Yeah, thank you.
Madam Speaker, I dressed like this humble. When a Muganda dresses like this, it's not for war, but to communicate that let this matter be handled with the dignity it has had, and let it be not be vulgarized. Coffee should be left the way it has been, and farmers should benefit from it and not be killed like other institutions have been killed under the ministry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable Lumu, Honorable Medad.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
I'll only give Alan.
Right Honorable Speaker, I have clearly heard from the Minister, and I am surprised that the Minister,
I'll give you.
the Minister did not quote from his bill, which is presenting to Parliament. I'll read section 3 of the bill. The purpose of the amendment of the National Coffee Act 2021 is to A, mainstream the functions of the Coffee Development Authority into the ministry responsible for agriculture. What is interesting is in B, abolish the Coffee Development Authority and transfer the functions of the Coffee Development Authority to the ministry responsible for agriculture. Madam Speaker, what is annoying is in 4. In 4 they say dissolution of Coffee Development Authority. On the commencement of this act, the Coffee Development Authority established by Act 17 shall be dissolved. I wonder how the contracts the minister has been talking about will be alive when the UCDA is completely dissolved. I have been with a lot of respect for the minister, and I don't know why you want to dissolve them from me. If the UCDA is not existing, then the contracts are as well dead. I want to submit briefly on the chairperson of the committee. Madam Speaker, I looked at the demeanor of the chairperson of the committee yesterday.
This guy's a report.
Yes. Madam Speaker, what she submitted in the report only needed the conclusion, and the Parliament carries it the way it is. And I want to suggest that the conclusion of the minority report should now be the conclusion of the majority, and then we carry that one. Other than that, the chairperson of the committee stands a bad record for having very good information and then pours bad water on it. The resolutions they made in the committee and the conclusion are completely different. I want, Madam Speaker, to say this. My people I represent in Mityana are the best coffee growers in Mityana district. And as I am talking now, they are sitting on the roads to see what this parliament is going to resolve on the UCDA. Madam Speaker, I want to urge this house, and I want to pray before this house, at least consider UCDA to survive for the good and livelihood of the people in Uganda, including those ones who are growing coffee for the first time. Like my colleague here has suggested, that people in the north are now growing, they have woken up to grow coffee. Now if they have woken up, let us put more money in UCDA. They go to the north and teach them the best practices of growing coffee, and they get the money that they need to get. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, in the public gallery this afternoon, we have pupils and teachers from Frana Kindergarten Primary School. It is located in Nansana Municipality, Wakiso District. They are represented by Honorable Wakaima, Annington Insereko, and Honorable Naluima Ethel. Also in the public gallery this afternoon, we have students, teachers from Umbogo College School, located in Kawempe District. They are represented by Honorable Segrinya Mohammed and Honorable Shamim. Honorable members, Honorable Medad.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. First, for encouraging members to listen to each other. Number one, Right Honorable Speaker, there is something called mischief. I was an adult when we established these agencies. And the reason given by the government was that we were establishing strategic agencies to propel the development of this country. After painful listening to my brother, the Honorable Rwamirama, who I will not refer to as Bright today, I heard him say that the mischief was about the fat salaries. If it were about the fat salaries and humongous budget, then before we rationalize UCDA and these agencies, we should start with those that created these humongous expenditures. Indeed, if we are to rationalize on a rational basis, we should start with rationalizing the Ministry of Agriculture. We gave them district farm institutes. Where are they? We gave them farms in Buyikwe. Where is the farm in Buyikwe? We gave them extension farmers. Where are they? So if we are to deal with redundant expenditure, we gave them ranches. Where are they? We should start with the rationalization of this ministry itself, and not entrust this ministry with functions of an entity that has been the brightest star in the country. Right Honorable Speaker, we were informed by the majority report yesterday, and I want to thank my sister, the chairperson, that coffee has been accounting for 55% of the agricultural exports. Why don't we want to spend on entities and areas which give us money? The reason we maintain agencies like URA, Uganda Investment Authority, is because they are strategic. Do you want to tell me that a blameless entity called UCDA, which has promoted coffee after the destruction and death of Coffee Marketing Board, should be sacrificed because some people are not doing their work? Can we talk about expenditure in a government, in a parliament, for strategic reasons that gives money to a private company, and then we say we cannot give money to an agency? We were informed yesterday, Right Honorable Speaker, that this authority is going to be absorbed in the ministry, and I want to ask, at what level? As a directorate? As a department? As a unit? Since when? If we are to do this, why don't we get things like KCCA, Investment Authority, URA, and put them back to the mother ministries, because we want to rationalize? Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, there are people who are deeply concerned in this country. Why haven't we consulted the farmers, the coffee farmers, the cotton farmers, and all the other core stakeholders? I want to conclude by saying, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the destruction of a country begins with the destruction of ideology. If we have performing entities and we want to kill them, one will ask, what did Ugandans do to us to deserve the punishment of destroying the small veins that continue to feed them? Maybe you could tell us how much UCDA is consuming from your treasury. We would mobilize cooperatives and associations, coffee associations in this country, to foot that bill, since you do not want to finance them.
Thank you.
I oppose the
Thank
move
you.
to rationalize the coffee.
Flavia.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate the chairperson's report, because it had the actual points that we are looking for. It painted a very good picture, the reality of UCDA in this country. And that is exactly what we needed, except that she had a terrible ending. Right Honorable Speaker, some analogies have been made in this house with regards to coffee. There was with regards to rationalization, there was an analogy that was made of us crying more than the bereaved. Then there was an analogy that was made of stepmothers crying more, caring for more than the mothers. Then there was an analogy, and it was stepmothers, but even stepfathers, I think. Then there was another analogy that was used, and I keep asking myself, if we are now using the language of analogies, then why are we why are we sacrificing the baby to a slaughterhouse of a mother? Why is the mother eating the baby? Because first of all, UCDA is doing very well. Now we want to slaughter it by sending it to a slaughterhouse of a mother who is going to end up eating it, engulfing it totally, so that we have nothing. My point coming to is, Madam Speaker, there was an argument of inefficiency of the DDA, of the cotton authority, and that is why we are saying that they need to be merged with MAAIF. In this case, UCDA has shown all the right characters of efficiency, and we are still clamping it down with the ones that were allotted inefficient. Why are we still using the same argument? If UCDA is proceeding well, why do we need to rationalize it? Secondly, there is also the last one, Madam Speaker, the final one is, MAAIF has been given so many agencies under its care. Already MAAIF is overburdened and has characteristics of inefficiency. Too many cooks spoil the broth. If we add on even UCDA, which is already an expert and stand alone on its own, working alone, then we are going to end up killing UCDA, because all these people will create inefficiencies, all these people will create
Kabuye. Frank.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, when I heard the report of the chairperson of the committee, I was so impressed that at least we are receiving something that is addressing the concern and that is speaking to our people. Because when we are speaking about coffee, we are speaking on something or a product that has supported more than millions of families in our country, and something that has contributed to the national treasury. So when I heard the report from the chairperson, I was so impressed. But on reaching to the conclusion, there I wondered if really the chairperson was still independent and was addressing the concerns and the observations of the committee, or they were working under influence of an invisible hand. Madam Speaker, many people have come out to speak about coffee, and we have a lot of pain. Not that we don't want to see government being responsible in the people, but because we know the impact UCDA has done to the coffee industry in our country. Right now, on farm and off farm, UCD is having tangible feel. People feel it because it has helped our people to see and realize enough revenues and to get enough profits. And we are seeing coffee development in our country taking the lead. So, Madam Speaker, I therefore move to be part and associate myself to the minority report to see that this parliament stands independent, so that we don't bring in the resolutions of cabinet, because I've seen
Honorable Chivumbi, Chair of Uganda Caucus and Chair of Park Central.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you for this opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, let me start from the known knowns.
Honorable members, I know all of you. I will pick you when I know I want you to speak.
Right Honorable Speaker, let's start.
I've seen all of you standing up. I will pick you. You're all going to speak. Fortunate will speak.
Right Honorable Speaker, let's start from the known knowns. The known knowns is that the Ministry
Honorable members, listen to Honorable Chivumbi.
Right Honorable Speaker, the known is that the Ministry of Agriculture as of now does not have the capability and capacity to take on the roles and functions of UCDA. That's a known. The second known, and it's factual, is that the Minister of Agriculture has just told you that they are in the process of setting up omnibus authority that will take up all these other crops. That is tea and whatever, and that authority is underway. Right Honorable, that's also a known fact the Minister has put up. The other known fact is what all of us have said. And let me urge members here. An attempt to localize coffee will be a misnomer. Coffee right now is the national product. It is grown across all regions of the country. Like banana. For at one time, Buganda was the biggest grower of banana. Today, Buganda imports banana from Western Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, therefore, our bone of contention, Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister has not answered the question, what's the best practices all over the world? The best practice all over the world, that special crops like a coffee is grown through agencies as a vehicle. Ethiopia has it, Brazil has it, Vietnam has it, Kenya has it. What we are doing today Wise people in Ethiopia tried to do it. Wise people in Kenya tried to do it. 3 years down the road, they had abandoned and they are going back. Now the law, let me go to the gist of the law. The law seeks to dissolve. The minister here is putting an argument of a transition of 3 years, contingent upon government attaining some other capacities. Now, after killing UCDA today, when 3 years down the road, that capacity is found wanting, will you resurrect it? Will you resurrect it? Having killed it? Therefore, let us think full square. And next, that's why, Right Honorable Speaker, our position is very simple. That you don't need even the 3 years. Government can even come here tomorrow. If the capacity to assure quality, to market our coffee, and in a sustainable level is attained by MAAIF, come here with the law, there will be parliament, we will pass it instant. Yes. Our question, Right Honorable Minister, the other day I put up a notion of legislating in anticipation. We are legislating that someday that ministry that has demonstrated incapacities, and I had a great care because I've just audited that ministry. It doesn't score any plus on any parameter. It is in a minus, from goat rollover, from tractors, from acre sites, from everything. I want to put the minister. If the Minister of Agriculture is doing well, let him stand here and tell us one crop which they have done so well, to give us a basis of confidence that they are up to anything. They don't have it. They've killed the tea on their watch. They've killed the vanilla on their watch. They've killed all other things. Even fish, which is inherent in the lake. Government had to institute a military to go in and intervene. This is an entity that is not ready today. Let us not create anxiety. Good business is about predictability and durability. Let us not slaughter an animal that is giving Uganda $1.4 billion as of today. It's a gold mine for this country.
Namuga.